Thank you, Yvette. Now, a UK glamour model has started having liposuction to get rid of her muffin top.
She's being photographed today, which is awesome.
Well, she's doing it, David, so she can pig out at Christmas and not feel guilty.
Right.
So the woman says that once the new year comes, she'll be back to her regular size. So I suppose you go in underweight and then you come out the other end at Christmas normal weight. Angela Mollard, Dannielle Miller, I have a feeling this is going to get heated. But a lot of women do go on a diet before they go on holidays, don't they? So is she on the right track?
No, she isn't. This story just staggers me, and it really is typical of our mixed up attitudes around body size and around health. I mean, to actually have a medical procedure so that you can binge eat and therefore fit some narrow idea of beauty is insanity. And I think it's actually incredibly sad that she would think that she needed to do that. And you can see her there contorting herself to try and pinch some skin so that it looks like she has some kind of a problem or medical issue. It's really sad, and I think it's a really bad message.
I would so do this.
Angela, do not.
But this isn't anything. Oh, look, I would never have a knife because I'm terrified of them. So, you know, I would never have a knife. What this is, it's called Lipo glaze, and what apparently, I've never heard of it. Sonia, you
Is this
might
something
have.
you put on a donut?
So you put,
It's delicious.
So you put something hot, they heat up your skin, and then they put something cold on it. So I'm figuring you can do it at home. You just get a hot water bottle, shove it on your fat bits, and then you get some ice. I'm sure it would work.
Angela, no, do-it-yourself lipo is not what we're talking about this morning.
But it would work.
So it's not, she's not having the invasive sort of
she's
lipo.
not having a cut, which I think
that makes it all right then.
I totally agree with you. That is wholly wrong. But it's really, it's just a bit of fat melting, which doesn't work,
Isn't
really.
the point that she's trying to make is that we all know at Christmas, where we tend to eat too much and drink too much, that we're going to put on weight. Like, don't you guys, I know that I do, I'm starting to think now I need to go on a diet before Christmas comes.
I go for a run on Christmas Eve every
Do you?
year.
Oh, that'll fix
every
it.
year.
Just the one run?
Just the one day.
This is very sad. This is incredibly sad. We are more than just our body size. That is a small part of what defines us as humans.
Yeah, I know,
And
Danny,
eating and being merry is part of Christmas, and you can just go for a few long walks.
We like to look good.
But there's nothing wrong with looking good, but you shouldn't be punishing your body
No,
and going through this yo-yo.
We all go through Christmas and we eat too much, and then we have to punish ourselves in January.
You don't, because you don't need to overeat and binge, and you don't need to punish yourself. This is just insanity. I cannot believe two such intelligent women.
I'd like to let me give you my opinion on this.
I'm staggered.
Moving on, as news of the alleged affair between CIA Chief David Petraeus and his biographer Paula Broadwell broke this week, it got many people wondering whether he was actually punching above his weight. And you know, and there's a lot of talk about his wife here, Holly. You know, did she stand a chance against this mistress? This is not what I'm thinking. This is what people are saying online. So I do feel sorry for his wife. She stood by him. He's gone to war. She stood by him when he's away on tour of duty. She's been deeply betrayed by a woman who wrote a biography about him and flattered his ego, Angela.
I am genuinely inflamed about this story, largely because a lot of the dialogue has looked at what his wife looks like. Now, we look at Holly Petraeus and we look at her old, slightly short, dumpy woman. This woman has been an advocate for army wives for years. She has worked as part of the Obama administration. She has done top-level work. All the military families that she's looked after are in awe of this woman, and we've reduced a conversation to what she looks like.
This is her legacy now.
This will be her legacy, that her husband cheated, and then there's new news obviously come out in the last couple of days that he could have been having a second affair, because this is what generated all the investigation into his. Also, you're the head of the CIA. Frankly, you should be able to cover it off security-wise so that no one found it.
Your password shouldn't have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, it shouldn't.
It's desperately sad, and again, it's typical of our culture that plays this compare and despair game. So we're judging his wife purely on her looks, not on her achievements or who she is as a person. And we're also, you know, imagining or assuming that the new mistress is so wonderful because she fits a conventional idea of beauty and she's had liposuction before Christmas.
I see what you did there.
Is the wife still with him, or is she left
She's
him?
unhappy, but I don't think they've separated yet. That's what
Have
we've
they?
heard.
What, Holly?
No, they haven't separated
They
yet.
haven't
from what
separated. I
heard.
don't think that she's the sort that would separate.
I think she's going to put him through more hell than what he's been through in any wars.
Thinking maybe she should. But anyway, finally, Victoria's Secret has come under fire again for being racist, this time for dressing a model in a Native American-style headdress. Earlier this year, you might remember, ladies, the lingerie company was criticised for its Japanese-inspired geisha outfit. Do you remember that?
There it is, if you didn't.
There it is. What do you think? Is this an overreaction, or is it true, racism?
Look, again, it's problematic to reduce a culture and the elements of a culture that are important, like particularly the Native American headdress, which is worn by chiefs as a sign of their wisdom and their status. I think it would be quite insulting if that's an important part of your culture that you revere, to see it paraded down a catwalk with an ultra-thin model in her lingerie and it's seen almost as a sex prop. I mean, I don't think anyone wants to see their culture reduced that way, so it is problematic and it's just incredely insensitive.
Angela, quickly, last word.
100% with you, Danny. It's not a fashion statement. If the American Indians are unhappy, American natives are unhappy with it, I'm unhappy with it too.
Yeah, what would happen if they've gone down with a cross on their back? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's a whole bunch of things coming up. Thanks,
you,
ladies. That was fun.
Thank you.